Welcome to Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Final. The Carolina Hurricanes versus the Vegas Golden Knights. The Canes trailed in the series 2-1. There's going to be Brandon Bussi on the mound tonight, in the crease tonight for the Hurricanes. After his performance in the third period and both overtimes of Saturday night's matchup. Streaming and the Rockets regular comes bursting in air. They break through the night. Our flag is still there. The singles that star-spangled banner yet wave. Oh, the land of the free, the home of the brave. For those wondering, Game 5 will be Friday back in Raleigh. For the Hurricanes to push this to 6, they need to win this one tonight. Hurricanes going with the lineup of Ehlers, Stahl, Jarvis, Walker, and Miller to start the game against Marner, Howden, Carlson, Theodore, and McNabb. And there you see Vegas recording platinum artist T-Pain sounding the siren. Brandon Bussi in the regular season, 247 goals against average, 89%, and 2 shutouts, and a record 36-1-2. This is his first career playoff start. He made his first appearance last time out. Carter Hart, on the other hand, 14-5 in the postseason, 244 goals against average, no shutouts, and a 91.5% save percentage. But he's given up 4 goals in each of the first 3 games in this series. His GAA in this series is 4. And off the faceoff, Carolina will pick it up. up as it goes out to their own zone. Cleared out towards center, over the blue to Jarvis. He gets trapped. Into the glass goes, into the boards goes Ehlers, and the puck is cleared out by Vegas. Remember, the Hurricanes got Kurslak shot wide by now Svechnikov and Martinuk, along with Slavin, Chatfield, and Aho out there. I think Aho's shot went wide. And the puck is iced a minute into the game. Rod Brindamore and Carolina are under the gun tonight. Frederik Andersen was scratched tonight. He gave up 4 goals and 16 shots in Game 3 before he got pulled in the third period. So he's a healthy scratch. Draw one by Carolina. Chatfield tries to put it on net, goes wide. Rebound, score! And it's Stankoven putting Carolina on the board right off the bat. 1-0 Hurricanes. Mid-6 in. Logan Stankoven from Jordan Chatfield on the backhand and to the stick side. Well, after the postseason for Stankoven, that leads the NHL with his 5th game opener. Goal is a game opener. Carolina scored 5 opening goals in the first 3 minutes. And it's going to be and right out of the gate, Carolina's going to get a power play. Stankoven got tripped up on his way to the net. He's going to get charged to Nick Dowd. No, it's going to be on Theodore, who's going to the sin bin. 20 seconds after the goal. Let's see, where's the trip? Right there. He tripped up Svechnikov. Carolina got 2 power play goals last time out, and they've hit 4 and they've scored on 4 power plays in the last 8 attempts. Svechnikov takes the draw for Carolina. Sissons for Vegas. Draw one by Vegas. Puck cleared out. Bussy cuts it off behind his own net. Here comes Godespair, bringing it up. Carolina 3 for their last 4 on the power play after going 7 of 59. Golden Knights have killed 25 of 27 goal power plays at home this year. Sissons off. We're getting a line change for Vegas. It'll be Carlson, McNabb, Hanifin, and Dowd out there. Jarvis with the puck. Gives it to Ehlers over the blue line. Dumps it behind the crease, and as it wraps around to Aho, who can't get out. Here comes a breakaway. It's Stone on the break. Rebound by Hanifin, and it goes wide of the crease. Jarvis will pick it up. Here comes Svechnikov. Svechnikov tried to get to Aho. Couldn't put it too far off the stick. Here comes Ehlers with it. To Aho. Back to Ehlers. To Svechnikov. To Aho. In, saved by Hart. Rebound. Goes out of range. Stankoven will pick it up. Ehlers will pick it up. 30 seconds left on the Carolina power play. They got to get it up there and got to get it up there fast. Here comes Nikishin. Nikishin dumps it off for Hall. Hall to Blake. Back to Blake. Back to Hall. Back to Blake. Sets up Nikishin. Nikishin fakes. Back to Blake. 10 seconds left on the power play. Shot in front, blocked. Fighting the fake. Ealer shot, saved by Hart. One last shot, full strength. And the teams are back to full strength. And a goal! It was after the power play. Jackson Blake, 2-0 Carolina. And in the first 3 minutes and 28 seconds, Carolina has doubled their advantage. They're up 2-0. They're now up 2-0 over the Golden Knights. Who's the goal for? Hall to Blake. Rister, goal. Carolina's outshot Vegas so far 5-1. Puck goes into the Hurricane zone. And we got a screen freeze. Great. There we go. Taylor Hall with 18 points in the playoffs. That leads the team predominantly on assists. Stahl with it. He's deep in the ninth zone. Dumps it off to Stankoven. Martinuk, excuse me, who was the scapegoat as he gave up the own goal that won it for Vegas in Game 3. Stankoven with it. Hall tried to get a shot off. It slid off his stick, and Hart will cover it up. 4 minutes, 22 seconds in. 2-0 Carolina, and they're out shooting the Knights 5-1. But then again, in this series, no lead of goals has been safe. Not a 2-goal lead, not a 1-goal lead. Hell, not even a 4-goal lead is safe in this series. So forgive me for being cautious after what happened on Saturday night. Draw one by Carolina. And you would think on paper a 4-goal lead would be safe for any team, but not in this case. If I'm Bussy, I get back in that net fast. Not surprised the Mets are losing tonight. For those wondering, it's 6-0 in favor of St. Louis. But at this point, I don't really care at this point with the Mets. And yet I got to do 2 of their games next week. Let's see how they gave up these 2 runs. Burley homer. Not surprised. That shot by Rasmus is wide. By Anderson goes wide. It's Dorhev, Anderson, Hurdle, Sissons, and Lazan out there against Godespair, Hall, Stankoven, Blake, and Nikishin. That one goes wide in the net. Or it was Bussy with a save. Either that or it got blocked. Lazan bounces it off the boards. Puck behind the net. Puck cleared out. Chatfield dumps it in. Saved by Hart. Rebound. Blocked in front. Shot was blocked in front. Captains get tangled up. McNabb, Stone, Dowd, Barbashev, and Theodore on the break. Score! Mark Stone, and that cuts the lead in half. Carolina's lead in half. Got him on the backhand. Okay, mini wrister. Got in with the spot where Bussy at the back of behind Bussy's skate. That's Stone's 7th of the postseason and his 4th in the last 6 games. Carolina's lead's been cut in half. It's now 2-1. And it's pretty damn early in this game. Theodore and McNabb first D pair with 5 points in each of the first 3 games of the Cup final. Guess they're going to give McNabb one of the assists. Can't blame them. Line change for the Knights. That shot goes wide. Sissons, Hanifin, Hurdle, Coughlin, Dorofeev versus Hall, Martinuk, Stankoven, Chatfield, and Slavin. Hart will cut the puck off behind his own net. And that's going to go wide, and it's going to be an icing at 8 minutes and 25 seconds into the period. Goal by Mark Stone comes at 7 minutes and 22 seconds. McNabb with his 11th assist, with his 9th assist. Theodore with his 11th. Hall should have gone. If I was Butsy, I would have slid a little further back into the crease and then extended my skate backwards to stop the puck. Look, one of the only other reasons I'm doing hockey is because one of my nephews is trying himself to get into the NHL, and he finished his only year of U20 travel. We have under 21 travel league. League with a team in Louisiana who had a coach who was a fucking Nepo jerk. Or who cost the team games by using just 2 lines instead of 3. 2 or 3 lines instead of all 4. Anyway, we're going to take a timeout. 11:20 to go. In period 1. Hurricanes up 2-1.
those names etched on that cup. Now you have a chance to be among them forever.
They're going to declare it was out. It was deflected out, so it's going to be so the face-off will be at center ice. Puck won by the Hurricanes. Deflected, so no icing call. Jankowski, Robinson to Jankowski. Back to Robinson, but the puck gets away from him. Lazan. Down behind the net. Puck cut off and knocked out. Puck deep in the Hurricane zone. Shot save. Tough angle shot by Jarvis. Save again by Hart. Eichel into the zone. Barbashev pulls off. In the first period, first 3 games, Carolina only got 2 goals. Tonight, they've got 2 goals. This game coming off a much quicker pace. Puck dumped in deep. Drop back from Marner. Carlson swinging a miss. Hall doesn't touch the puck because he knows it would have been offside if he did. Hanifin with it. He loses the puck. Marner to Lazan. There hasn't been much of a factor so far in this series. Anderson to Howden. Blake. Carlson. Miller dumps the puck off. It's ricocheted. Hart cuts it off behind his own net. Dorothea with it. Centering pass saved by Bussy. Shot saved by Bussy. We're going to take another timeout at 11:44 into the period.
So if you're anywhere from Florida to Texas to California, you can get to the game at the speed of sports and feel the sweat in all 50 states. The DraftKings experience you know and love, all in one easy-to-use app. Available now nationwide. New DraftKings customers spend $5 to get $200 in total bonuses.
You have the beats.
Thank you both for coming in. I'm a bit worried about Del Jr. I know how important Liberty Mutual is to your family.
Not customized car insurance to save people hundreds.
Right. Well, Del Jr. keeps writing this. Who's Jr.? Well, at least he spelled insurance right? He did not.
Only pay for what you need. Liberty, 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 liberty. You might think you're looking at Taco Bell's Cantina chicken menu, but they're all just extras in this commercial. The real star, Taco Bell's new jalapeno citrus salsa, the sauce with main character energy. New jalapeno citrus salsa, only on the Cantina menu. Carolina, less than 12 minutes into Game 4. Time for Game Drivers, brought to you by Geico.
And we're back where it's all been basically a war of attrition in this first period between both sides. And then this is where Theodore got the puck to Stone over the blue line, and the lead was cut in half. I mean, Carolina's lead got cut in half. Face off to the left of Brandon Bussey. It's going to be Stone against Stahl. Shots are 10-4, Carolina. Puck in the Hurricane, in the night zone. Cleared out. Ehlers is getting in deep. Puck cut off. Stays in the zone. Bad attempt at setting up the shot. And the puck is cleared out by Vegas. Theodore with the puck. Gives it to Barbashev. And offsides. And the Knights are going to get busted. Someone's going to have to go into the box as someone jumped off the Knight bench a little too soon, and they got hit with a bench minor for too many men on the ice at 12 minutes and 27 seconds. So who's in the sin bin? So what Knights gone? Yeah, and this is a double bogey. 7 men on the ice. If it was just 6 in there, on that ice, fine. But 7 pushed it. Jarvis to Svechnikov to Aho to Godespair to Aho. Aho waits, gets it back to Godespair. Throws it in front. Save, rebound, scored! Jordan Stahl! It's a power play goal, and the Canes are up 3-1. The captain strikes again for Carolina. 12 minutes and 48 seconds. 21 seconds into this power play, and Carolina's now gotten goals on 4 of their last 6 man advantages. And this has been not a good series if you're Carter Hart. And now in all 4 games of this final, you've given up 3 or more goals. The big question here is, if you're Vegas, when does John Tortorella pull the trigger and get Carter out of that cage? One-timer saved by Hart. Puck cleared out. It's a foot race to the puck. But not going to matter. Hart cuts it off. I forget. When is game 5? Is it Thursday or Friday? Oh, it's Thursday. So I can't go to the Grassi Posse thing unless I can convince my mother and Grassi Posse meet up. Unless I can convince my mother to pick me up from work. But as we all know, she's not willing to do that. And she's probably not going to be that willing to do that, especially on as short notice as I can. I mean, as short notice as I'm going to do it on. And to be all honest, I would prefer skipping a game just to meet Tom Grassi, the man himself, who everything he does is done in the name of chaotic good. And if this thing gets extended to 6, I'm going to have to find a way to get my parents, to just drop me off at the house before 8 o'clock so I can call game 6. We're at 5:59 left in the first. It's 3-1 Carolina. Look, Mets losing this game tonight, I could live with it. Puck outside of the Hurricane zone. Right hash blue line. Right side blue on the stick side blue line. Aho and Hurdle take the draw. Carolina comes away with it briefly, but Vegas will steal it. Chatfield dumps it out. It's Aho, Martinuk, Svechnikov, Chatfield, and Slavin in versus Sissons, Theodore, Hurdle, McNabb, Dorofeev. Shot wide of the net. Svechnikov tripped up. Refs doesn't bother to call it. Leo Rush has gone fucking cuckoo. Under 5 to go. Anderson can't get to the puck for Carolina. Puck goes wide. Pass goes wide. Puck deep and gets cleared out to the Carolina zone. Puck is tipped. No, they're going to say it's an icing. It wasn't touched in time. Nope. Shot wide. At least no one has to ask, where's the beef? It's McNabb. Howden, Carlson, Theodore. Or against Courier, Robinson, Stahl, Walker, Miller. Puck behind the net, near the net. And it's iced again. Carolina wins the draw. Dumps it out. Tipped in. Anderson. Hannafin to Anderson. Eichel, Stone, Barbashev. And it's Ehlers, Stankoven, Blake, Chatfield, and Slavin. Or is it pronounced Slavin? Never mind. Under 3 minutes left in the period. 3-1 Carolina. Hannafin shot blocked in front. Blake dumps it in. One-timer off the glove by Hall, off the glove and wide. Another one-timer save. And we got a stick hold penalty. And we've got Taylor Hall. He's going to win into the sin bin at 17:32. 2 minutes, hooking. Carolina penalty, 71. 2 minutes, hooking. Or 2 minutes slashing. Excuse me. I thought it was hooking. Let's see. Where's the slash? Right there. That is 2 minutes. 2 minutes for slash. Goes into the sin bin. 2 minutes for slashing. Let's see what Vegas can do on the power play. They managed to get a small chink in on Carolina on Saturday night when their first goal came in on an own goal on the power play. I wasn't even aware that Danhausen had cursed the Hurricanes in game 3. Off the face-off, Carolina gets the draw. Dorfe shot, saved by Bussy, and he'll cover it up. It's a 5-forward line for man-up line for Vegas. That's Dorfe, Marner, Stone, Eichel, and Hertl against Stahl, Martinuk, Miller, and Walker. Eichel brings it in from center on the far side, on the weak side board. Marner tries to set up Eichel, loses it off his stick briefly to Hertl behind the cage. To Dorfe. And the Hurricanes clear it out. Marner with it now. Gives it to Eichel. To Stone. Stone fought with over at the blue line. Marner. Barbashev, Theodore, Anderson, Howden, Carlson now the line. Howden with a shot. That's it. Wrister by Anderson, saved by Bussy. 40 seconds left on the power play. 1:08 left in the first. Vegas has got to find some way to cut this deficit back down to one, make it a 1-goal game again. Hits have been a little more even this time around. Giveaways favor Carolina as opposed to Vegas. Block shots favor go against Vegas. They've had 5 shots blocked to the 3 that Carolina's had blocked. Draw one by Carolina. They'll dump it out of their own zone. Hart will cut it down at the back behind his net. Theodore will bring it up. Passes back to Carlson, who will bring it up. Over the blue line to Anderson. Hurt. Barshev goes around the net to Anderson. To Carlson. Around the board to Carlson. Fight. Scrum behind the Carolina cage. Shot blocked or it got saved. I can't tell. Hall getting ready to come out of the sin bin. And the power play ends. Hall on the break. And it's saved by Carter Hart. I don't even think Hall got the shot off. It was just that he got too cute, and instead of shooting it, he let Hart cover it up. Let's see here. Hall will take the... Stankoven takes the draw against Dowd. 20.8 left in the period. First period goals, 40 and shots have been a massive disparity in the first period of the first 4 games. 5-3 in goals in favor of Carolina, but they've been a lot more excessive with their shots. Draw one, but taking a... For those wondering what the shot and goal disparity is, it's 41-13 in favor of Carolina. Down to 5 seconds on the 5 seconds in the period. One-timer goal, but is it going to count? We'll have to take a quick look at this, folks. Does it count? Did he get the shot off in time? Okay, 2, 1. And from what I could tell, it did not. Call is going to get reversed. No goal. The puck did not cross before cross the line into the cage before the period ended. 1/10 of a second right here. That's where the period ends. Puck's not over the line. It goes through Bussy's legs after the horn sounded. No goal. 3-1. First period ends 3-1 Carolina. Tough break for the Knights. Shots on goal in the first period, 14-6 Carolina. Face-off, 12 of 19. Carolina won 12 of the 19 to the 7 for Vegas, so 63-37%. Carolina went 1 for 2 on the power play. Vegas 0 for 1. Hits 16-11 in favor of the Knights. Block shots 5-3 disadvantage Knights. Each team has given the puck away 6 times and taken it away once. Carolina is coming out hungry after what happened last time out on Saturday. For those wondering, Game 4, as I mentioned, Game 5 will be on Thursday. Game 6, if it gets that far, on Saturday. And if need be, on Sunday. And if it gets that far, and if it gets even that far, Game 7 is next Wednesday.
Shows that people taking rebound lost up to 48 pounds. Don't share needles or pins or reuse needles. Don't take if allergic to it or if you or someone in your family had MTC or MEN2. Tell your doctor if you get a lump or swelling in your neck. Stop Zepbound and call your doctor if you have severe stomach pain or a serious allergic reaction. Severe side effects may include inflamed pancreas or gallbladder problems. Tell your doctor if you experience vision changes before scheduled procedures with anesthesia. If you're nursing, pregnant, planning to be, or taking birth control pills, taking Zepbound with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar. Side effects include nausea, diarrhea, and vomiting, which can cause dehydration and worsen kidney problems. Ask your doctor about Zepbound.
Okay, let's see. Da-da.
If you're a tool person looking for high-quality, affordable tools, we know where to find them. Harbor Freight, all over the store, every day. At a time when the price of tools and everything else only seems to go up, we're working hard to keep prices down. Swing by one of our 1,600 stores for the quality tools you love at prices you'll love even more. Harbor Freight. The next era of all red starts right here on Dancing with the Stars. The next just a moment for sure. One of the best dancers from across the globe are about to welcome to the dance industry. Dancing with the Stars, the next program, July 13th on ABC and through next day. Hulu. Built for Monday. Hey, Stanley, you guys have been rehearsing? More for Saturday. How to Monday sandals. Get 1.99% APR or up to $3,500 customer cash on a Santa Fe or lease for $319 a month. See your hometown Hyundai dealer. Chevy Silverado drivers will do a lot in the next 5 years for their families. Here's one thing they won't do: pay interest on their new truck. Just announced, for a limited time, get 0% financing for 5 years on all 2026 Silverado 1500 models. Take on new adventures, make new memories, and leave the interest behind. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. That swordfish won me the tournament. I once had an 8-leg parlay. An octopus, if you will, came down to a game in Detroit. I heard the team's plane got in super late the night before, so I figured I'd use my Bet365 sign-up bonus to hammer the under. Did you win? Well, let's just say the next round of omelets is on me, fellas. $10 to $365 in bonus prize. Back on the Expedia First Intermission Report, Game 4 the Stanley Cup Final. The Hurricanes leading the Golden Knights 3-1. It feels like it could be 7-6 after the first period. Another wild. I just over to 5.5. You keep taking that under, buddy. You're getting crushed. At some point, we're going to have a 2-1 game, I swear.
Yeah.
For free this week anyway, so.
Do we need to see the primary race results? Results in the midterm elections.
There's two things I want you to watch here. So let's go ahead and look at the tape here. But Brayden McNabb, I want you to watch 3 in goal. This puck gets on his stick from the rebound off Hart right here. This puck has to go into the corner or it has to get flipped out. Go ahead and play it. mistakes by Vegas can't happen. The fundamentals, just can't happen. I really thought we were going to be talking a lot about Brandon Bussey, right?
Symmetrical garbage.
Story and actually
Symmetrical garbage times 2. See what's that? Look at it. My God. That's look at the UMA. So the creator of that's normal people gets my temperature by different degrees. Poor Todd. I'm watching a reel of Todd Abercorn at a Collecticon event where he basically is shown some. He has to go into one of his characters, specifically Death the Kid from Soul Eater, and he's shown a lot of photos that are pretty asymmetrical. And if you lack one thing, symmetry, and if you know Kid, how depressed and manically psychotic he gets whenever he sees something with that is asymmetrical, yeah, he will scream asymmetrical that this is garbage. Asymmetrical garbage. I can live with that. Get away. Oh, this is cheese part 3. Cheese. Perfect. I don't get the rebate. Two, three. This is so stupid. 7 minutes until period 2 begins. You actually do, dude. 3!
FX is the bear. The final season premieres June 25th on FX and Hulu. First intermission report is presented by Expedia, the one place you go to go places. We're on our way to the second. But before we go there, not so funny thing happened. How about Taylor Hall and the penalty box? Stopped by Carter Hart in the last few seconds. Could have been 4-1 Carolina. Then Vegas actually scores at the horn. Split second away from
Nice catch, AJ.
So here in Vegas, they call it nighttime. KNIGHT. Nighttime has to be the start of this period for Vegas. And for me, it's the mental lapses in really quick spurts for Vegas. They gave up 3 goals in 39 seconds in Game 3. They gave up 2 in the first 3.5 minutes in Game 1. They need to start the second period on time. And for Carolina, they can't have any lapses in this game. They got off to a great start. They're going to have to keep that intensity for all 60 minutes tonight. Because Vegas will find a way to climb back into this game. Expect if they think to put up the pedal. You only get one opportunity to go up 3-1 in the series. Take advantage of it. You've earned the opportunity to be in this position.
Mark Stone has the only goal for the Knights, his 7th of this postseason, and goals by Stankoven is 11th, Blake is 6th, and Stahl is 6th. His on the power play.
Sometimes it feels like schizophrenia decides who you could be. So it may be time for a different conversation. Ask your doctor about Cobenfy. A twice-daily pill for schizophrenia. Cobenfy is the first and only treatment of its kind, and delivered improvement in schizophrenia symptoms overall. Plus, in clinical studies, most people saw no substantial weight gain.
Don't take allergic to Cobenfy. Have trouble emptying your bladder or stomach, certain liver problems, or untreated narrow-angle glaucoma. Serious side effects such as urinary retention, worsening liver, kidney, bile duct, and gallbladder problems, slow stomach emptying, serious allergic reactions, narrow-angle glaucoma, increased heart rate, and side effects in those with kidney problems may occur. Seek help right away if you have hives, swelling of your face, lips, mouth, tongue, or throat, hoarseness, difficulty speaking, breathing, or emptying your bladder. Don't drive or use heavy machinery until you know how Cobenfy affects you.
Imagine what could be. Cobenfy. Imagine what could be. Cobenfy. Dreamer, my head is clouds, so all around that place of things, my head, it's wine for imagination in the breeder GPD. Welcome to Genesis. If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that opens up a world of possibilities. With Venture X, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, get premium benefits and a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Shop. Capital One. What's in your wallet? 2 means more. Double the smiles. Double the feel good. Double the why not? 2. The one thing this world could use more of. Get there with Skyline.
Chevy Silverado drivers will do a lot in the next 5 years. For their families, for their communities. There's one thing they won't do. Pay interest on their new truck. Just announced. For a limited time, get 0% financing for 5 years on all 2026 Silverado 1500 miles. Take on new adventures. Make new memories. And leave your interest behind. See your Carolina Chevy dealers. There are trucks, and then there's the 2026 GMC Sierra. The capability to handle what life throws your way. That's the GMC Sierra. Leading where it matters most. GMC Sierra is the truck during GMC Truck Month.
Persist Sierra 1500 miles plus no monthly payments for 130 days. Professional grade truck of the Carolina Panthers.
You work hard to bring home the vacation. What if you had a checking account that works just as hard?
Second period, getting ready. As soon as this set of commercials end.
Get there with Skyline.
Because I've been tracking traffic flips throughout Charlotte, I definitely know when something is off. Do you need an alternate route? How long is it going to take to get through it? I'm monitoring all of your cities, and it's constantly changing.
Stories that matter to you, not LinkedIn or starting also data.
We miss you, Doc. Puck won by the Hurricanes. Dump it in. Each team has had 8 scoring chances, but Carolina has capitalized on them more frequently. Stall. Canes at full strength. Got a line change. Theodore with the puck. In this series, it's been +6 in favor of Vegas in period 2. Puck dumped out by the Hurricanes, but picked up by the Knights. It's now a 2-3 setup for the Hurricanes. For the Knights, 2 forwards, 3 defensemen. Barbashev, Stone, Anderson, Hannafin, and Theodore against Chatfield, Aho, Martinuk, Slavin, and Ehlers for Carolina. Or Johnson rips one, try to get one through, and it stopped. Or it went off his stick. I don't know. Back pass looking for Stankoven. Won't get him. Excuse me. Hall dumps it off. Deflected in. So far, no shots from either side in the first 2 minutes. Gotcha blocks the pass. Tipped in by Stankoven. Or is that Nikishin who tipped it in? And an icing call. Uh-oh. That's from Gibbs. Draw one by Vegas. Try to scoop it out. Can't. It's cut off. Goes behind the net. It's Jankowski, Walker, Robinson, Miller, and Carrier out there for the Carolina. Smith, Sissons, Lazan, Coughlin, and Dorofeev. No icing there. The second period has not been a period that's been kind to Carolina in the first three games. They're going to try and neutralize Vegas' scoring here tonight. That shot goes wide. Ehlers fires it in, saved by Hart, and he'll hold on to it. 3:11 into the second period. Oh, shot blocked in front. Trip, and we're getting a power play for the night. Or not. And I see. And a goal. It's William Karlsson, and the lead is now 3-2. At 4:32 into the second, Carolina's inability to keep Vegas off the board in the second period continues. Look at this pass by Marner to Karlsson, to Anderson on the wraparound. Wrister by Karlsson to the stick side, into the blocker side, all the way. Careens over to the stick side of Bussy. He got screened in front by his own man. It's a goal. It's now 3-2, Carolina. Draw one by Carolina. Third goal of the postseason for the longest tenured night. I think the difference in this game has been shot quantity versus shot quality. Carolina has gotten 3 goals, but it's been on 16 shots. Where by contrast, it's been 2 goals on 7 shots for Vegas. Hall dumps it out. It's going to be a foot race to the puck. Icing was waved off. Courier plays it back in. It's Stankoven, Courier, Blake, Chatfield, Hall. Gosper can't stop the puck. Sissons with Nikishin with it behind his own net. We're a little over 5 minutes into the second period. Carolina's lead has been cut back in half. 2-goal lead back down to 1. Sissons deep in the Hurricane zone. Hiller's trying to fish it out. Gosper with him. Scrum on the boards. Puck goes high, but it stays in play. Anderson will get it. Stahl, Jarvis, Miller, Gosper, and Ehlers versus Stone. So the top lines are out there, or at least the primary lines. Eichel with it. Miller with a good stick to get the puck away from him. Schmetznikov coming out. Schmetznikov coming out with it. Aho to Schmetznikov. To Jarvis. Aho trying to get it out. He can't get on net. He can't. Barbashev dumps it in. Chatfield with it. Slavin dumps it out. 2-line. It was tipped. Tipped and it goes wide. Stankoven and Slavin to Chatfield. Tough angle save. 2-on-2. Here come the Knights. Marner loses the puck. He has to retreat to get it back, and so do the Knights. Miller shot save, rebound, and it's going to get covered up. Uh-oh. And that's been one of the stories of this game, of this series. Vegas's dominance of the middle period. We'll take a timeout. 11:52 left in the second period. 3-2 Carolina. And Mets get shut out 7-0. How am I not surprised? Seriously, how am I not fucking surprised by that? And you've got the division leaders coming in Atlanta, from Atlanta, coming in this weekend. You think of the way they've been playing, they got a shot? Fuck no. You know, to steal at least one game? At this point, I don't fucking know. Nor do I really fucking care all that much with the Mets.
Take driving very seriously. Yeah, well, that's what Progressive Snapshot is for. Personalized discounts that subscribers will actually have. Are you saying I'm a bad driver? I'm a great driver. This is an awesome
Ew.
day. We're celebrating your birthday. Oh, I love that for you. Welcome back to Vegas here with our coach John Tortorella. A little bit of a slow start for you guys. They go up 2-0 early. What were you seeing from your team?
Yeah, our game's coming here. We just got to play north. We got to start winning a little bit more of the battles. There's a lot of battles.
And usually a team that scored, I mean, 2 of the first 3 games, though, in this series, a team that scores first usually loses. And for the most part, that's been a bad omen. Comeback wins. The Knights had 21 that tied them for 7th most of the season. This postseason, they've had 7 of them, and a good chunk of them in the conference final, and several of them in the conference semis and the finals. I wouldn't really count game 1 as a comeback, come from behind win, as they did lead for the better part of 2/3 of the game. Chatfield's shot is blocked in front. Nobody knew where it was for a second, but now the Vegas Knights clear it out, and the puck will be iced. Well, at least my hockey calls are starting to pile up the hours. But keep in mind, folks, do not expect me to do these all that often in the future because of how limited my hockey schedule is going to be. I can only pick up Saturday games on ABC that are nationally covered that I can pick up. And with the play in the regular season, which is bad enough, it gets even worse when you get to the postseason. Why? Because very few games in the series will be put on ABC networks. And the finals are the epitome of this problem. That shot goes wide. Rebound blocked in front. Goes over the net. Rebound gets blocked in front. And why are the Cup finals the worst issue? The biggest offender of this? Simple. Broadcast parity. Next year is an odd numbered year, which means unless I have HBO Max, Fubo, Hulu Plus, cable box, or a dish set up, I can't watch the Cup finals. That's because they'll be on TNT. But if it's even, I can. And with 2026 being an even number, meaning that this will be on ABC, I can get away with this. How I wish the NBC contract didn't run out. The power of a curse on the power of the fucking mouse. That shot in, saved by Hart. Well, maybe it wasn't a shot. I don't know. Martinuk trying to fight to get the puck out of the net and out of the corner. Slavin dumps it off for Svechnikov. He gets tripped up. No call. Outscored. And Carolina's been outscored 8-1 in the second period. And they haven't scored a second period goal since the opening game of the series. Vegas has only had 1 shot on goal, and it was the goal by William Karlsson, the OG Golden Knight. Anderson gets slammed into the boards by Ehlers. Stahl tries to get it out and that one's blocked in front and ricochets. Another clear out. Walker with a big hit. That shot by Stahl goes wide of the net. Jankowski to Jarvis. To Stahl, all saved by Hart. Karlsson up the wall to Dowd. Was it Howden? Theodore shot blocked in front. Jarvis clears it out. Hart gets it out of the trapezoid and bounces it off the boards. Vegas. And Stankoven fires it out of the rink. 9:03 left in the period. 3-2 Carolina. Vegas up 2-1. It was Dorfev, Kolasar, Hurdle, Sissons, and Theodore on that shift against Chatfield, Slavin, Hall, Stankoven, and Blake.
Whatever it is, we're here for it. Honey? I have a friend with benefits.
What?
A friend with benefits.
Hey, Doug. Shaq, Keel, O'Neal, is your friend with benefits? Yeah, with the Credit One Bank X5 card, you get 5% cash back rewards on gas, groceries, and internet.
Benefits.
We should help sign something.
I'll sign the other. Don't sell us on the internet, Doug.
It's there. Get the Credit One Bank Platinum X5 Visa Signature with 5% cash back rewards on everyday essentials. Credit One Bank, with what's ahead.
There's so many moments that I was in the kitchen with my mom, delivered with my dad, talking about winning the Stanley Cup, holding it over her head. The Stanley Cup isn't just a trophy, it's everything.
Season in his first year in Vegas for Mitch Marner, leading all scores in these playoffs with 29 points. The team record, 3 over Jack Douglas, 26 over Billy Ellis, 23.
Mitch Marner, 29 points for most postseason points in a new year with a first year with a new team. Doesn't matter since it's a 4-way, which means no DQ. Anyway. Back to the game. Puck in the Knights zone, being scooped out. Carolina trying to keep it in. Check in front of the Carolina bench. That's going to be roughing on Dowd. He's going to the sin bin. He's heading back to the sin bin. He's heading to the sin bin at 11.5. 2 minutes for boarding. Third time the Canes will be on the power play. Okay, is that interference? Is that roughing? Is that boarding? What's the call here? We know that Dowd is going to be heading for the sin bin, aka the penalty box. Well, they're going to say high sticking. Let's see. 11:30, 2 minutes. It's a cross check. I thought it was going to be roughing. I thought it was going to be a high stick, but given how low to the ground Stankoven is, how much higher could you go when in the position he was in? Having said that, puck will be placed in the Golden Knight zone. Stahl will take the draw against Sissons. Draw one. Nope. Draw called off. In the series, Carolina is 4 out of 10 on the power play. Aho will take the draw, and he loses it. Going to be Sissons, Hannafin, Anderson, and Smith. Jarvis to Ehlers, back to Jarvis, to Aho, banks it off the boards to Ehlers, to Svechnikov, back to Ehlers, to Stankoven, to Jarvis, to Godesbear, to Aho, back to Svechnikov, Aho to Godespair. Fires one, safe, or it got blocked in front. Played out by Sissons. Godespair has to retreat. Gives it to Jarvis. To Aho, but it goes off his stick, and it's cleared out. I thought, it was saved by Hart. I thought I went off a stick. I thought I got blocked in front. Puck to Blake. Godespair dumps it in. He's looking for Hall. Hall wasn't ready. Theodore dumps it out. 44 seconds left on the power play. Canes up by a goal. They've been outscored by 7 in the second period between the first 3.5 games. Almost a turnover. Ehlers is able to recover it, though. Stankoven to Nikishin. Eight seconds left. Hall. Ehlers to Hall. Tries to put a shot up that's blocked. Down out of the sin bin. Theodore gets cut off by Jankowski. Puck cleared out. Eichel gets the shot off, saved by Bussy. Only the second shot in the period for Vegas. So Carolina's been doing a good job at keeping the puck away from Bussy in this period. Draw one by Carolina. They move it out of their own zone. Dump it in. Courier gets to it. Marnook. Here comes Anderson. Penalty on the Canes, and let's see who's going to go to the sin bin. 14:20 into the period. Looks like it's going to be Martinook getting to the box. Interference. Martinook was the scapegoat in game 3. So he goes to the sin bin at 14 minutes and 20 seconds. 3-2, Carolina on top. They've outshot Vegas 21-8. Again, it's been shot quantity versus shot quality as the key to this game.
Symptoms can keep coming back. Break away to what's possible with Tremfya. Tremfya can help with remission at 12 weeks, 1 year, and 2 years. Some have visible repair of their intestinal. Serious allergic reactions, increased risk of infections or lower ability to fight them, and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB.
There are days I still wish Ring of Honor would just make their anniversary shows pay-per-views again. Not that Tony ever bothered with them. But then again, he's a brain dead idiot when it comes to running Ring of Honor. If it was me or he left Kerry Silken in charge, I would have been content because at least I'd be able to run the company without just being nepotistic to champions for years and years on end. Having said that, Martinuk Jordan Martinuk in the sin bin, 2 minutes interference, draw to Bussy's right hand side. Marner to Eichel. It's a 5 forward line, power play line. Stone broke his stick. Parashev to Stone to Eichel. Oh, it's Stahl who's lost his stick, and that's not good. You're basically playing 5-on-3 in this state. Eichel to Stone. Marner to Eichel to Hurdle to Eichel. That goes wide. Marner keeps it in. Eichel to Stone, back to Eichel. To Marner. Marner back to Eichel. Stone sub by Chatfield. Dorfev to Hurdle. Back to Eichel. Fans getting anxious, and I am too on this power play. Marner puts one off. Saved by Bussy. And the skate and puck is cleared out. $20 seconds left. Line change. Anderson, Marner, Dorofeyev, Carlson, and Barbashev now for Vegas. And they're not going to, and they'll get 2 shots out of this power play, but no goal. Howden, shot is deflected wide, puck up and out. And Carolina will get busted for an icing. In this series alone, Carolina has only given up 1 goal on the man advantage in 11 attempts for the Vegas Golden Knights, and that's not good. And look at the scoring disparity. Despite there being 15 goals between each team, first and third periods dominated by Carolina, +7 collectively. The second period, however, is where Carolina struggles. They've been outscored 8-1 in this period by Vegas. They just don't have the tools to keep the Knights off the board in the second period. 3.5 to go in the period. 3-2 Carolina. Draw 1 by Vegas. They keep the biscuit in. Marner trying to get to Eichel or Howden. Barbashev tried to get to Howden. He couldn't. Barbashev tries to get in. Time of attack in the opponent's zone. 8 minutes 26 for Carolina. 7:47 for Vegas. 2-on-1. Carolina. Vegas has got numbered. Shot. Goal! Brett Howden ties it. And now it's a +8 in the second in favor of the Knights. That is 14 goals for Brett Howden. Again, it's been shot quantity versus shot quality in this game. And what has Vegas been getting in this? Good quality shots. Citizens tries to get the shot off. It's cut off. Smith, Marner, Howden, Theodore, Coughlin, Dowd. We're going under 2 minutes. Here in the second period, we're tied at 3. Carolina's let a 2-goal lead get away yet again because of their inability to keep Vegas off the board in period 2. Marner tried to spin, couldn't get it off, get the shot off. Hall with the puck, coming down. Blake shot save. So, goaltender interference and a cross check. So, what's the call here? Okay, so it's goalie interference against Jackson Blake and a cross check against Brain McNabb. And we'll play 4-on-4 for the better part of the next minute and a half. And Jackson Blake took a hit, and I think he got thrown into the goalpost. Remember, if either team scores a goal here, it doesn't really matter. It's 4 against 4, even playing field. Tortorella hates the call, but nonetheless, it's the right call. Both teams will be a man down for the next 2 minutes. Minute and a half in this period, and then the final 30 seconds will be in the third period. It's going to be Aho, Jarvis, Slavin, and Gottesbeer for Carolina, Carlson, Hannafin, Anderson, and Stone for Vegas. Vegas wins the draw. Trust me when I say this. If either team scores a goal here, it's not going to matter long term. Neither of the opposition players get out of the sin bin. That shot's wide. Anderson to Stone, back to Anderson. Or Carlson. Stone clears it back out. Stone to Anderson. Rister save and covered up by Bussey. We're at 45 and a half seconds left in the second. Tied at 3. Minute 15 left on the 4-on-4. Carolina's been the slightly better first period team. Vegas has been the dominant second period team. Carolina should have the upper hand on paper as the more dominant third period team, but we'll see how this plays out. Stahl and Marner take the draw, won by Carolina. Walker to Stahl to Ehlers. Back pedals to Miller. Loss of the puck. Stahl will get it. To Ehlers. Stankoven shot wide. To Walker shot wide. Miller with the puck now. Down to 13 seconds. To Ehlers. Shot save. Ehlers tries to get the rebound. He can't. And that's going to end period number 2. Tie game at 3. We go to the second intermission. Tied at 3. Well, at least this game's moving in a decent enough clip. Both teams will still be a man down for the for the first 30 seconds of period number 3. Shots on goal, 23-12, Carolina. But it's been all shot quantity versus shot quality. Sure, Carolina has a good quantity of shots, but not a high quality of shots. But the contrast, high quality shots for Vegas, but not a lot of them. Carolina outshot Vegas 9-6. It's now 57% to 43% in the faceoffs, 20-15 in favor of the Hurricanes. 1 for 3 versus 0 for 2 in the power play in favor of Carolina. Vegas has had 10 shots blocked. Hits 29-24 Vegas. Giveaways 13-11 Carolina. Takeaways 3-1 Carolina. I gotta agree with you there, Steve Levy, or Levy, or however the fuck you pronounce it. And for those wondering why the hell I've been making shorter videos during my off days and game calls when I'm on the clock, it's simple. Or when I'm required to be on the clock, it's simple. I need to make up for a lot of lost time. Because most of the video rants I did when I didn't have my job at Lowe's from 2019 to 2023, those numbers have been basically erased because of how slow paced I've been going in recent months. And for those wondering if I'll ever do another series of I Stand with Vic videos again, don't press your luck. I'll be blunt. The movement for me was a drug. It was a drug. It was a narcotic. Now, don't get me wrong. I still like and care for Vic Mignogna in the platonic and friendly sense, not the romantic. But I took it too far with my zealotry for the guy. So when he asked me to stop in 2024, I did, for the most part. And I say for the most part because I have done a few on occasion since 2024, but the number is countable on one set of hands.
We start with tangy red pepper cheese, topped with our new crispy chicken breast, and drizzled with
with sweet hot honey. It's the new hot honey crisp butter chicken sandwich. Just don't get lost in the sauce. Say,
Ramen.
let a burger. Come one, come y'all.
My name is Ella, and I'm a recipient of the North Carolina Education Lottery Scholarship. College felt like the best route to be able to achieve my goal in becoming a therapist. The lottery-funded scholarship has definitely helped me reach my goal of becoming a therapist. Not just funding my college tuition, but being able to do what I truly love to do.
North Carolina Education Lottery dollars are moving our students forward.
Traffic Team 9's Mark Taylor. Weekdays from 4:30 to 7 a.m. The Discover Second Intermission Report. Plenty of hockey left. Plenty of hockey left here. Everybody together now, guys. Everybody together. Do not lose your swagger. Do not lose your confidence. What swagger? That's what I got. Swagger. Oh, that's the Massachusetts. I see. Worcester. I got it. It was 3-1 Carolina after 20, and now it's 3-3. PK, you've been on Rasmus, and it's really all series. You want to see more out of him. Start the second period.
Yeah, and I think he's gotten better as the series has gone on. But when you're a top 4 defenseman in the National Hockey League, you have to be elite. You can't be passive. You can't be playing on your heels. There's expectations. So we're going to run the clip of the goal here. So we got, if you take a look at the bottom of your screen by Carter Hart, Rasmus Anderson's there. He's going to utilize this space right here. So go ahead and run it, guys. Watch him. Patient, don't get ahead. But he gets off of his heels.
I know the guy said not to use thumbnails like pried off the internet. But this is an exception to the rule.
You can say it's sitting next to you like that. You shoot the puck. Let's test Brandon Bussey, and then finally they shoot the puck and Howard scores. Yeah, and Howard's been, obviously having a great playoff series. But if I want to watch on the replay, that Brady actually gets the puck, and Brady actually releases the puck. Because right away, right here, Sidney gets the puck here. Look at Jagger. He knows he's got help now. He's able to let, or he allows Howard to get the puck, and he shoots out inside the face-off circle. I think he should have been closed off way outside. Once Miller recognized that he has support through the middle, he's got to close that off quicker and don't use himself as a screen. Beautiful shot there, but I think Miller got to look off a little bit quicker. Vegas says all in the second period. Look at the Stanley Cup Final Series, the middle period. Vegas outscored Carolina 9-1. But all that matters now is who's going to outscore who in the third period or beyond. Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Final. That's what it's all about. Carolina and Vegas, do the Golden Knights win tonight? Play for Lord Stanley's Cup in a couple of nights in Rollywood. We'll all find out together. The second intermission report is presented by Discover, the official credit card of the NHL. We'll all towards the third period when we come back.
Wayne Gretzky. Who's Wayne Gretzky? He was accepted into the Hall of Fame. That's nice. But with Discover, I get accepted basically anywhere. I got a dream jet ski. Discover is accepted in 99% of places nationwide. Right in the middle of everything else, you're trying to lose weight. Foundeo is a daily GLP-1 pill proven to help adults lose weight and keep it off. Foundeo helps people lose up to 25 pounds. It's the only GLP-1 pill that can be taken any time of day, with no planning around food or drink. Don't take Foundeo if you're allergic to it, or if you or someone in your family had MTC or MEN2. Stop and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, or severe stomach pain. Serious side effects may include inflamed pancreas and gallbladder problems. Tell your doctor if you experience vision changes, if you're nursing, pregnant, plan to be, or taking birth control pills, and before scheduled procedures with anesthesia. Taking Foundeo with a an insulin or sulfonylurea may cause low blood sugar. Side effects include diarrhea, nausea, and vomiting, which can cause dehydration and may cause kidney problems. You don't need to wait for the right time to make a change. Now is perfect to ask your doctor about Foundeo. Learn about savings and support at Foundeo.com. Aaron can go to tulip from the ground weeks before anyone else. But sell one bucket at a time or for investments. So Aaron asks Copilot Microsoft Google if any opportunities have slipped through the cracks. Copilot finds an unperformed customer opening inventory nearby. And Aaron sees the chance. Aaron grows the flowers. Copilot helps find the opportunities. Look out for signs of dehydration. Liquid IV is the only sugar-free hydration product on the market clinically demonstrated to hydrate faster than water alone. Hydrate. Liquid IV sugar-free. You are Noble, and this is your journey. Noble Journey 2. Lace up at nobleprojects.com.
With Chewy, pets get their care taken care of. With everything to be their healthiest, happiest selves. Quality meds, supplements, and nutrition at great prices. For health with for life with pets, there's Chewy.
Did you know salsa was invented when Puerto Ricans took Cuban rhythms to New York? Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was born when the Japanese took judo to Brazil. When North African frying traditions like Spanish dough, Spain made a churro. After Jamaicans took their sound systems to the UK, the world got punk. And this is what the world gets when 48 nations meet to play one beautiful game.
I better ask Mitch if we have any dedicated soccer nuts on the network. Because I am not covering the World Cup. I just want to know if we do have any dedicated zealots.
Those names etched on that cup. Now you have a chance to be among them forever.
Bringing up the 42 Maple Leafs, but only one team has ever come back from down 3-1 in the Stanley Cup final to win. That was that Leafs team. So if he can, Carolina needs to win this period, needs to win this game. Yeah, they do. In order for them to win, there's a couple guys that got to wake up. Hall needs to have a punch this period. He's getting pushed out way too easy. Blake's trying. He's got to get one. Svechnikov, he's playing like he looks like we need him playing like Bob Gainey. Get in there and be a man. Get physical and be responsible on the defensive side. You got to grab a hold of this game for Carolina right now. This is like your players. If they're going to be like a puppy, stay on the porch. Stay on the hockey. That's the big boy hockey. Stay on the porch. I mean, for Carolina, they can't get the spirit. They just got to get more determined. They're playing good hockey. They got to get a save in the third period. The one who's holding the shot. For Vegas, they don't change. They just keep going no matter what the situation is. They're around and keep reminding them. Just stay in the court. Keep your swagger. Keep your poise. Be patient. That's what they do. That's why they got themselves back in the game. More than 12 shots would help the Vegas still. I mean, he's a rookie. He hasn't been tested. He hasn't played that often. He has to get to his eyes. He's a big goalie. Keep it. 12 shots, not enough. Vegas has to put number on Buffy in the third period. We'll see how it shakes out. One of the most unpredictable Stanley Cup finals so far. On our way to the third period of game number 4, the critical swing game.
We're going to find out in a minute who's going to come, who's going to blink. We go to the third period, tied at 3. Please do not go to overtime for a third game in a row. Please, guys. Bad enough I had to do 2 games. Games that went to single and double overtime with games 2 and 3 respectively. I do not want this one to go to fucking triple. I got work in the morning. I got to go to work tomorrow afternoon. I'm on the clock tomorrow afternoon at Lowe's. So please do not let this game go to double or triple overtime. Okay, apparently Mitch doesn't know if we have any dedicated soccer fans in the network. Granted, soccer is not a sport that you adopt yourself into. You have to be born into it, so to speak.
There's DNA. Then there's heavy duty DNA. HDNA. It's engineered into every aspect of the GNC Sierra HD. So when the job is heavy, GNC Sierra HD reports for duty. During GNC Truck Month, get 4.9% APR plus $2,000 purchase cash on 2026 GNC Sierra heavy duty technology models.
Welcome to a place where intention means more, where each budding rose is tended just for you to enjoy, where a table overlooking the Blue Ridge Mountains holds a world-class meal and conversation that lingers long after the sun sets, where every warm welcome and thoughtful touch make your time here something you'll never forget. Welcome to Biltmore, where every purposeful detail is built for more.
Because I've been tracking traffic flows throughout Charlotte, I definitely know when something is off. Do you need it off your route? How long is it going to take to get through? I'm monitoring all of those things, and it's constantly changing.
Traffic Team 9's Mark Taylor. Weekdays from 4:30 to 7 a.m.
Mommy doesn't want to play with toys anymore.
On Q19, she does everything with toys. Persist. PG. The whole company's good. Let's roll. To Super Bowl 61 and beyond. To start the Stanley Cup
And we are back for the third and final period. Let's see which team has the rabbit in their hats. Game one, Hurl got the game-winning goal with 3:34 left. Mark Stone tied it with 1:21 left in game two. Jarvis got the overtime winner. Hurricanes got 4 goals in the third period to tie the game, but lost on an own goal by Martinuk that was credited to Theodore since he was the last night to touch it in double overtime. We're over 2 hours into this stream. Given I jumped the gun again. Four on four to start the period for 30 seconds. Draw one by Vegas. Howden, Hannafin, Marner, and Anderson against Miller, Walker, Aho, and Ehlers. Both men. Johnson and Theodore out of the box. Dowd out of the sin bin. Get back in the crease, Bussy. Cleared out. Svechnikov. One of them was a goal, though. Stone. Centers in front. Save behind the net. Stahl will get it. No, fans want a penalty for interference. They're not going to get it. Stankoven with it. Gets crowded in the slot. It's Jarvis, Carter, Stankoven, Svechnikov, and Miller against Eichel, Stone, Coughlin, McNabb, Barbashev, and the puck is covered up. Stone with the loft. That's save. Rebound. Stahl and Ehlers will take over. They're going to be replacing him with Jarvis. Draw one by Vegas. Dorofeyev throws it in. Saved by Bussy. Rebound saved by Bussy again. First, and we're going to have a penalty on Carolina. Who's going to the sin bin? It looks like it's going to be Keandre Miller. And 1:42. It's a tripping call. Slavin will clear it out. Dorofeyev to Marner. He'll bring it up. Eichel ran into his own man. Stick lost or split in half. I don't know. Dorofeyev shot save. Or hurdle with it now. To Marner. Tip save, rebound. Covered back out by Dorofeyev. To Marner. Eichel shot. I think it went off the post. And it goes all the way down. Nikishin clears the puck. That's not a shot on goal, as was meant as a clearing move. Marner gets it behind his own net. Barbashev kicks it back to Marner. To Carlson. Carlson brings it up. Barbashev. Howden. Barbashev loses the puck. Here comes Carolina. Aho. Risser shot save. Barbashev with it now. And that shot goes wide of the net. Miller better get out of that sin bin hurt quickly, and he does. And that shot goes into the seats. 3:51 into the third. Vegas is coming out hot, trying to get shots on goal. Draw one by Carolina. They'll clear it out, and this is going to be iced. Or it was touched, so no icing. Puck dumped in by the Knights. Lazar bats it down. Courier gets thrown into the board. And I don't know what happened to the puck. 4:25 to go. We're tied at 3 in the third period. Yeah. 4:25 into the third. We're tied at 3. In behind the net. Looking for someone. He's not going to find him. Puck stolen by Stankoven. Stankoven on the break, waiting for someone to get behind him. He was looking for Hall. It gets lost. Hall gets tripped up. There won't be a call. Howden hit. There's a stick loose on the rink. Carolina regroups behind their own cage. Hart comes out of his own net. That's dangerous to cut the puck off. Michael on the forehand, gets cut off. Goes behind the net. Stone misses wide. Hanifin shot blocked. That shot blocked. Rebound goes wide. In the near corner. A 1-on-1 shot saved by Hart, and he'll cover it up. We have an ice delay. It'll be stall against Citizens in the right, on the strong side face-off circle. Puck won by Carolina. Cross out to Slavin, and it's going to go wide. Jarvis cuts it off, but loses the puck. Jarvis shot saved by Hart. And he's quadruple team rebound. Goal! Jordan Stahl with his second on a stumbling backhand. Carolina's up 4-3. With 13:28 left in regulation, Carolina gets back in front. Ehlers to Stahl. Stahl slips and he scores. Huh? Okay, which one of you guys rated me? Or at least rated the network channel. Puck behind the Golden Knight net. They're now down 4-3. Stahl with his second of the night. Fourth man in his playoff history to score. Fifth man in playoff history to score a goal in every game in the Cup Finals is Jordan Stahl. Miller gets tripped up. Knights will get the puck out into the Hurricane zone. Hurricanes clear it out. Try to dump it into the Knight zone. They can't. Here comes Ike. Here comes Howden. That shot goes wide. Glove down by Jankowski. Hall toward the net. It's not Colvin. Hall stops it to Godespair. Lets it bounce off his stick to Blake. Back around. Stankoven to Blake. Hannafin with the steal. Hall back behind the net. Slavin. Stankoven. Martinuk. Being double teamed on the boards. Vegas trying to dig the biscuit out. Walker in front of a screen save. Rebound one-timer goes out of the zone, and Carolina has to regroup. They dump it in. Eichel loses the puck. $11 minutes left. We go under 11 minutes. That shot goes wide of the net. Jarvis barely able to get it out. Barbashev holding onto the puck. That's going to go wide. Chatfield will cut it. Never mind, it's not Chatfield. Jane Chatfield throws it in. And that's going to go deep back towards the Carolina net. That's not good. All alone. Sissons can't get the shot off. That shot gets blocked in front. Lazar's shot blocked in front. Tries to pass it off and does. He was looking for Howden. Coughlin with it. To Lazar. Got to the red line. Briefly cleared out. I hate it when she does that. Kings will get it out again, forcing Vegas to retreat. 9.5 to go. Hi, Mitch. Hi, Rustabout. I play with JJ. McNabb to Stone. Barbashev. Shot got blocked out in front. Walker clears it out. 2 line. Hart makes the stop on a whiff shot anyway. And I put emphasis on a whiff. Hart knocks down a tough angle shot. Stone harassed by Svechnikov. Puck goes. Bussy well out of the net to clear that. When you get that out of the zone. Slavin clears it out. It's a foot race to the puck, though it didn't get to the icing line. High puck. Line change for Carolina. Got a spare. Hampton back to play it, and the puck is iced. 7:46 to go in the game. 4-3 Carolina. 120 viewers, more than 2/3 of which are from my X account. I like to thank the guys from the Hardcore Sports Network dogpiling in on this. I thought you guys weren't really all that big a fan of hockey. That's a live view from the view party in the Lenovo Center in Raleigh tonight. Miller, Martinuk, Godespair, Ehlers, Aho, the lineup for Carolina. They're against Eichel, Stone, Marner, Anderson, and Hannafin for Vegas. Hannafin dumps it low. Marner down front, save, rebound, goes up. Pass goes nowhere. That puck is swatted. Or not swatted. Ice puck with 7.5 to go. Nice save by Bussy. Ehlers didn't even have a stick on that. Draw one by Vegas. Charge right to the net, poked away. Cleared out by the Hurricanes. They'll get a line change in. Chatfield drives it around. Puck cleared out. Forcing the retreat of the Vegas Knights. Under 7 to go. Theodore with it. Yeah, and that was the 6-goal game in the East Conference Final they coughed up against Montreal. But in this series against a more aggressive offensive team like Vegas, they've given up 3 or more in each of the first 4, including tonight. Hart with a dubious distinction being the first goalie in Stanley Cup Finals history to give up 4 or more, and we got a hand pass penalty. $6:14 to go. This goal has been the difference maker at this point. 4-3 Carolina with 6:02 left. Thanks for the raid, guys.
So Greg, how good's it feel to save on your commercial auto insurance with
Bad joke.
Earning unlimited 3% cash back when dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Let's just get one of everything.
What's in your wallet?
Is it problem?
Need to get back on the road?
And if it is upgrade to Flagrant 2. Oh, come the fuck on. Are you kidding me? You're not going to push for a Flagrant? I am ready to kill these refs. I think it's time for these refs to be held accountable and be getting their asses handed to them. Draw one by Vegas. They're going to bad pass attempt. Swat in back toward over the Vegas blue line. 5 minutes over 5, under 6 to go. I mean, seriously, you need to put the NBA's refs under a gun and the referee commission under a gun. That was clearly a flagrant 2 at worst on Wemby last night. That should have been called, but turned a blind eye to. Fuck you, Morty. Five and a quarter to go. Is it an offside or someone going to the sin bin? It's going to be offside. It's going to be on the outside of the Golden Knight zone. I hate reverse angles. Aho to take the draw against Eichel. Carolina wins it. Chatfield dumps it over to Slavin, who dumps it in. Svechnikov with it. Behind the net. Kicks out to Slavin. To Aho. Aho wrister blocked in front. Off Marner's skate. Svechnikov. Marnook. Van the pass. We're down to 4.5. Eichel tries to get in. Vegas has to retreat behind the blue. They're going to bring it back out. Stone with it. Gives it to Doubt. Gives it to Hannafin. And Smoke, if you got him, we're at 4:16. Another, and the puck is iced. This puck will go back to the Vegas zone. Knights will have Marner, Anderson, Carlson, Sissons, and Hannafin against Blake, Walker, Stankoven, Miller, and Hall. And the Knicks have got to be fuming that instead of holding the refs accountable and hitting Wembanyama with a retroactive double flagrant 2, which would suspend him from game 4, they're doubling down on turning a blind eye to what he did to Jalen Brunson last night. That is horseshit. That is pure horseshit, if one asks me. And I know they're not. But you get how I feel. Fuck the refs of the National Basketball Association if they're going to be this arrogant to turn so many a blind eye to such blatant calls because they want to play favoritism to the new generation star that is Victor Wembanyama. Fuck you guys. I would rather see you guys, I don't know what, be put in front of a hippopotamus as its muck spread. I mean, in the firing line of a hippopotamus's ass. I mean, maybe put in the firing line of a hippopotamus's ass while it's muck spreading. That's when a hippo takes a shit. But rather than allowing the shit to fall naturally from the rectum, it'll stick its tail against its ass crack and wave it back and forth, shredding the shit all over the place. That's the equivalent of the decision to not hit Wemby with a flagrant 2. It's comparable to sticking a turd in a fan or a bandsaw. You just don't do it. Howden, Carlson, Sissons, Barbashev, Anderson, Ariat. And the default lines come back out. It'll be Jarvis, Walker, Stahl, Miller, Ehlers. Against Howden, McNabb, Carlson, Sissons, and Theodore. Puck will be placed at center ice. Walkers. Let's Jarvis smack it in. We're about to go under 4 minutes. 4-3 Carolina. Puck was touched up, so no icing. It was deflected in, before he got to the red line, no icing. This one off the ref, so this will be iced. Or not. No, it is not. Aho gets to the puck. Hanifin. Chatfield dumps it in. 1-goal games. Carolina is 24-7 entering the final. This series are 1-2. Chatfield dumps it in. We're about to go under 3 minutes. Dorothea tries to get the shot off. Puck is poked off his stick on the weak side boards. Theodore shot save. Rebound. Stankoven advances it in. Nope. Question is, when does Hart come out of that crease? We're at 2.5 minutes left. 4-3 Carolina. Under 2.5. Eichel through center. Cleared out by the Canes. Hanifin fighting with Ehlers and Jarvis on the sideboards. Eichel dumps it off. Bussing touches the puck out of the rink, and it under 2 minutes. Vegas is going to have 6 attack, and with just under 2 minutes left, Vegas is going to have 6 attackers. And Vegas will waste their own time, will waste their only time out of the game. It'll be Eichel, Stone, Marner, Dorofeev, Hanifin, and Theodore. They'll be up against Stahl, Jarvis, Martinuk, Slavin, and Chatfield. Morty, don't really care about that. I'm just saying it's a matter of principle, dude. You either hold everyone to the same level of accountability and punishment, or you don't. And the refs in the NBA, more often than not, don't. Because of how much they gamble on these games. That's a good question. Stahl's going to face off against Hurdle for this draw. 1:59 left. Let's see what we got. Eichel goes wide as the puck gets loose. Net's empty. Stone has to go. Hanifin has to come back with it. Or Dorofeev, excuse me. Down to a minute and a half. Puck's loose. And they're going to ice it. A minute 26. This game has been everything we expected. Did from the previous three. Down to 80 seconds. Carolina trying to hold the line. Marner with it. To Eichel. To Theodore. But he's flying. Bussy has to get back in the crease, and he does. Toward the goal and an empty netter. Nikolai Ehlers may have put this one to sleep. 5-3 Carolina. It's an empty netter. With 54 seconds left, Hart comes back in the crease. Shooting it off the boards, and he's going to get a lucky bounce. No one's going to catch that puck, chase down that puck, and boom. Saved by Bussy. We're down to 45 seconds. Puck cleared out. And again, Hart comes out of the crease. Marner with the puck. We're down to 35, coming down to 35 seconds. There will be a game 6 on Sunday. I got to convince Mom to get me home fast enough tomorrow for that game on Sunday. Coming outside the line. No assist for Ehlers. And with 15 seconds. Carolina continues to dominate period number 3 in this series. It's not really a power play when it's just an extra man out there. Puck cleared out, but it's not going to matter. Game over. Hurricanes win 5-3. Series now tied at 2 apiece. We are all knotted up. I'll catch you guys Thursday night for Game 5 from the Lenovo Center. Now I got to fill up that piece. God, I'm going to be busy for the next couple of weeks.
Your first playoff start and it's in the Stanley Cup final. What was your reaction when you found out?
Obviously excited. I think this is one of
Final score, Carolina 5, Vegas 3. Shots on goal, 28 to 20 in favor of the Hurricanes. Playoffs, face-offs, 57-43 Carolina. Power play, 33-0 Carolina in terms of percentage. Each team had men go to the sin bin 4 times. Vegas out hit Carolina 39-34. Carolina had 16 block shots to Vegas's 12. Giveaway advantage to defensive advantage. Giveaways 23-15 in favor of Carolina. 7-3 on takeaways in favor of the Hurricanes. Thanks to everyone who showed up tonight. Comment, like, and subscribe to my channel, the Hardcore Sports Network and the Aboriginal Sports Network, and every one of the content creators on both networks. I'm Mets2128. Goodbye. And good fucking night. Bang. Thank God this game ended a lot sooner than I expected.